Welcome back. Mohammed and I are still at the venue of the Cairo International Book Fair, where its 53rd edition this year saw a high turnout as it opened its door on Thursday morning at the at Egypt International Egyptian Center in New Cairo, 5th Settlement. The edition of the annual book fair, which will run daily from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. until February 7, is organized under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. Minister of Culture Ines Abdeldaim said that this edition is a milestone in the history of Cairo International Book Fair, since holding the 2022 edition only 6 months after 2021 one proves Egypt's capability to overcome difficulties, and that the pandemic has swept the whole world, but it will never prevent from celebrating culture through one of the oldest and largest fairs in the world. We are honored today to host two of the volunteers initiative that to shed the light on the youth role in the CIBF, and we are joined today by Soha and Inji. Hello and welcome to Nile Cruise.
Hello.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Now, Inji, can you please introduce yourself and tell us what you study? Is it your first year here at the CIBF, and why did you choose to become a volunteer?
Okay, my name is Inji Hesham. I'm a student in Faculty of Arts, English Department at Shams University. This is my second year in volunteering in the International Book Fair. I had the first experience the previous year, and it's very good experience. We learned a lot. We go through a lot of experiences, meeting different people from different cultures, and we have this we have the responsibility to keep people, to welcome the visitors first of all from the gate, and welcoming them. So it makes you feel the responsibility of organizing an important event as the International Book Fair that happens like every year in Egypt. So it's a very important experience, and volunteering is a very good thing to do. So yeah, I found it a very good experience to do
So
it again.
can you please also introduce yourself and tell us what do you study? Is it your first time at the CIBF, and why did you choose to become a volunteer here?
Okay, I'm Soha Haitham. I study business at Shams University. It's my first time here as a volunteer. I tried to be here last year, but I wasn't lucky. This year, I'm glad to be here. I chose to be here because I love books. I love reading, big bookworm, and I thought I could help organize something that serves the readers and help them reach and read more and get more knowledge.
Okay, Inji said this is your second year in volunteering
Yes.
for organization in the book fair.
Yes.
Tell us more about how this year it is different than last year, and what's new.
What's new that a lot of things more happened. The last year, the precautions were more strict than this because we were in the beginning, or not the beginning, but in the in the highest point of the pandemic in Egypt. So this year we started doing we welcomed like the VR of Yahya Haqqi, the book this year's book fair character. And also,
I know you're gonna make a hologram of Yahya Haqqi.
yes, there is a hologram in this hall of Yahya Haqqi. And also there is a new hall for the children. It's hall 5. It's all specialized for children books and so on. So and much more publishing stores also were added to this year. There's the manga. It's the Arabic version of it. It's new this year. Yes, that's it.
So how about the precautionary measures for the, of course, the coronavirus pandemic, and does it restrict people from entering certain pavilions?
It starts from the gates where we check the temperature of each visitor, and if someone suffer from fever or anything, we ask the doctors to come and help. Then inside the halls, we make sure that everyone is wearing the mask and keeping distance safe. And if there is crowded areas, we make sure to organize it in a good way to keep the
Great.
precautions.
So, Soha, allow me to stay with you. Do you know how many countries are participating in the at the book fair this year? Yeah.
This year,
Anybody know?
no.
Okay.
We
Have
do
you had a
no
chance
idea
to
about
read, you personally? Do you have a
Okay.
chance to read books here while you are volunteering?
While volunteering, it's hard because we work all
Okay.
day, and we. But I had chance to actually read and listen to an audiobook while walking in the halls and in the areas because we take time to come here and then go back by transport. So I currently read here audiobooks.
Okay, Inji, the technological advancement this year is the newest thing in the CIBF. By choosing the character, the main novelist and the writer Yahya Ha'i, to have an interaction presentation with the audience. Tell me more about this experience.
Okay, there is a partition in Hall 3. There is a hologram for Yahya Haqi, the character of this year's book fair. There is a screen in front of it, and there is a person or a publisher who's going to help you by asking, like, there are automated questions. You ask Yahya Haqi as the hologram about this question, and then he replies back for your answer. It's very, actually, it has a lot. It has speakers, and you can hear it from here if someone asked. So and it's a long answer. It's not like short answer in short terms.
It's a
a
live
long answer.
interaction, as if he's there
Yes,
in
live
front of the people
interaction,
and
as
they're
if he's
asking.
here. Yes.
All right. Since we talked about the number of countries, Dina, participating here, it's 51 countries. So 51 in the 53rd edition.
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to be 54 in the 54th.
Yeah.
And we only needed 2 more countries to be 53 in the 53rd. Inji, what do you read? What is your preferred field that you read in?
Most of the time I read English, but also like I read novels, Arabic novels. Like for example, the selection series for Kira case. It was an English novel for Khawla Hamdi. She is an Arabic writer. A book called في قلبي أنثى عبرية. I like mainly all her publishings because it's very
You're a
good.
good reader, Inji.
Yeah,
It seems
I
so.
guess it's she's faculty of arts, right?
Yeah, but she's
Yes.
interested
Literature,
in,
yeah.
in reading.
Great.
So, how do you tell us about the activities of for children? Are there activities this year for children?
Publishers record videos with the kids as like TikTok videos and stuff like that to make them interact with the books and with reading.
So they enjoyed their time while they are here.
Yes, they all did enjoy, and they actually waited for the publishers to post their videos online and see themselves acting and interacting in the book fair this year.
We also, Dina, saw a lot of games while we're entering here. There was this big, tall guy wearing something like a
clowns,
the
yeah.
clown dress,
Yeah.
and he was making very fun games for the very young girls and boys. And it's amazing. I saw a couple of games, and the girls won each time.
They were enjoying themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Soha, I'm sure that for Inji being here benefits her at her university. Maybe she gets even extra grades. I'm not sure. Okay. But you study business. So tell us from
Yeah.
the point of view of a business researcher, how can being here help you in your studies or in your attitude towards your career in general?
One of the most important things in business is to know how to talk with people, and to be a good seller you should know how to interact with people and convince them to buy your product or whatever you want to sell. So being here you see people from different cultures with different points of views. It would help you to understand what would people want and how would they react to a certain thing.
Sure.
Inji, the turnout this year, Is it different, the turnout? Is it different or it's more than last year? Tell me more about the visitors this year.
This year there's a lot of kids. Noticeably, there is a lot of kids, because also like we are in the middle of the academic year, so a lot of parents come to bring like books. After the whole the last year they were not participating in the CIBF, so this year they are participating and they have a complete hall for them. So there is noticeably a lot of more kids and with their parents, of course. Also, people come. This year there is a more of entertainment shows than the last year. The last year was no like stage performances outside or like the violinists and so on. This was not available the last year. This year it's more like fun and more entertaining. People also not come. People who are not interested in books maybe just do not come for having books or buying books or so on. They could come just to watch the shows and the entertainment shows that's happening outside. Also, there is a certain number of visitors who come not for buying books, just like it's an outing for them. There's a food court and there is also, as I mentioned before, multiple stages. And for the kids, there are performances for the kids as well.
Yeah. Soha, is this your first experience in general as a volunteer? And do you intend to be here next year or to participate in other events as a volunteer?
Yes, this is my first time, and I actually liked it a lot. That I'm telling my leaders that I want to come next year, but I wish my university will allow me to do so.
And I'm sure there are other events where you can also participate. Egypt
Yes.
hosts a lot of international regional events all year round.
I'm actually planning to volunteer in the youth forum that
Sharm el-Sheikh.
was held in Sharm
Okay.
el-Sheikh last
Yes,
January.
yes.
Let me ask you, Inji, my final question. What's the most here interesting pavilion that you'd like to go and visit every time you come here?
It's for me for whole one, because I like to read novels, Arabic novels and so on. So we mostly find them at whole one, whereas Darwin and much more of like the youth or youth publishing novels and so on. So for me, I like to go to whole one and search for that, and also Hall 5 is also interesting because there's a lot of activities for the kids. It's so cute to see them just having fun and interacting with the publisher and so
Yeah,
on.
and same question to you, Soha. The most interesting place inside the book fair, most interesting pavilion or activity?
Obsessed with Sur al-Azbakiyya in Hall 4. You could find every kind of books out there, from novels to scientific books to everything, in all the languages, Arabic, English, whatever you want. You will always find your book out there. So this is my place.
Perfect.
Well, two volunteers, Inji and Soha, thank you very much for joining us today in Nile Cruise.
And good luck, and we commend your efforts. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And now we're going to a quick break, so please stay tuned.